Hi, Matt with Etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the CURT Hitch Bike Rack on the back of our 2020 Toyota Prius. Now this is going to be great if you have your standard bikes and you're just trying to transport them from point A to point B. So let's take a closer look at it and how it's going to work on here. So with this is going to have a weight capacity of 45 pounds per bike, so it's going to be great for the standard bikes. Wouldn't really recommend the heavy e-bikes because it just might be too much for it. Now with that, it's not going to really take away from your tilt. Typically anything with a lighter weight capacity has a great tilt, which is important if you ever want to get into the back hatch area of your Prius. The way we're going to tilt it back is just by coming over here, taking off this clip, this pin. Sometimes you might have to rotate this because it's going to have some black powder coat finish to it that gets in the way. There we go. There will be a secondary one. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. That one comes out much easier in my opinion. Just like that. And with that done, I can get back here. And this is great if you're on the go, you have to stop somewhere, throw something in the back, like some groceries, or if you just want to get ready for your ride. You have the opportunity to grab your helmet, tie your shoes, and then you're ready to go. But if we want to take a closer look at this, I'm going to take off my bike. So first let me actually get it back in place. We just got to make sure we put that pin back the way we had it. Now we'll say you'll notice some strings on here too. I actually like the strings, even though they get in the way sometimes. But just make sure you're not going to lose anything. And these are going to be some crucial pieces we have here. Now when it comes to taking this off, it's real quick and easy. All we have to do is come up here to the top. These hooks, you'll notice, have some metal locking cores, so they're going to be super secure, so no one can take your bike. And you do that just by pressing on this after you unlocked it and pushing up. With that done, I can just pick up my bike, and with it off, I can take it out for a ride. And with it off, we can take a closer look at those cradles. So those cradles are going to have these little knobs on the side, and those knobs are going to allow you to adjust the placement of it so it can accommodate a wide range of wheelbases. Now let me put this arm back down because you don't want to drive around like that. What we're going to do is pull this pin and clip here. With that out of the way, this is going to swing. I'm going to just pull these down, make it a little bit easier to work with. Just like that. And this will line up with a hole here and hold it in place. But with that said, this is going to stick out a little bit, so let's get a measurement of that to see how far. So going from our back bumper to the back of the carrier, this is going to be about 48 inches, which is going to be quite a bit. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're in a tight spot like a garage or a parking spot. But the Prius is relatively small, so you can typically afford a little bit more space back here. Now, when it comes to ground clearance, this is going to be fairly high off the ground, and that's going to be a little bit over 20 inches, so you won't come close to even making contact with the ground. Now, we can save a lot of space if nothing's back here, and that's probably going to be the way I recommend doing it if this is down. And what we're going to do is pull this pin again once more, and this time push up. And like this, we're going to save a ton of space. So let me just lock that in place first. I can give you that measurement. There we have it. And now, we are only going to be sitting about 15.5 inches. So that's going to save you a ton of room. Now with it in this position, it is going to block a few things. So we're mainly going to be blocking a majority of our license plate and some of our backup camera. It's blocking enough of the backup camera. I'd recommend just relying on either using your mirrors or your back window. Now in your back window, you are going to notice a little bit of this, but it's not going to be enough to prevent you from using it. And as for your taillights, those won't be obstructed at all. Now the way this is going to install is we're going to have this 1.25 inch shank that goes into an 1.25 inch receiver. Now this also comes with an adapter, so it can also work with your 2-inch receivers. And from there, we're going to have an anti-rattle bolt in there. The anti-rattle bolt's going to make sure you get a sturdier hold in here so it's not making a bunch of noise when you're driving around. Now, in my opinion, I'd say this is a pretty solid choice if you're just looking for something more for those standard bikes. Since we are going to be making some frame contact, I wouldn't recommend any carbon frame bikes with this either. But of course, if you guys need any more information or have any questions, please let us know here at Etrailer. But again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.